All right, we'll call a meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening, all. Tom, take the roll call, please.
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Fisher.
Present.
Waller.
Present.
Baskin.
Present.
Postma.
Present.
Kelly.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you, Thomas. Item number 1 is the motion for the adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 is a motion approving our minutes from April 21, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 under recognitions and awards, we have the Senior Center proclamation, which I'll read and I'll present to Joan. If you want to say some words too, that'd be great. So the proclamation reads, whereas the Moore County Senior Center is a community facility that serves Moore County by organizing and delivering a wide range of services, and whereas the Senior Center's comprehensive programs and services are designed to maximize and the integration of older adults into the community, and whereas the Senior Center is steadfast in its mission to promote independence, enhance dignity, affirm self-worth, and provide opportunities for personal growth, enjoyment, and contributions to society. And whereas the Senior Center initiates, develops, and coordinates programs and services that promote the social, psychological, physical, educational, nutritional, and economic well-being of older individuals. And whereas the goal is to serve all seniors, including those who are less fortunate, by providing companionship, entertainment, information, and opportunities for both physical and mental activities. And whereas the Moore County Senior Center, a beacon of support, is proud to have served individuals for the last 50 years. And now, therefore, I, Stephen M. King, Mayor of the City of Austin, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Friday, May 16th, 2025 as Moore County Senior Incorporated Day. Joan, you like to say a few words? And I can't help but note when I read older individuals that I qualify for that.
You do?
I am a qualifying member of the Senior Center. I know I am.
Yeah, you don't come visit.
I know, I gotta get on that. That's my to-do list.
Thank you for
Joan,
the proclamation, Mayor King. It really sets the tone to commemorate this momentous milestone. And I want to thank the City of Austin for their strong support over the past 50 years. If we didn't have you, we couldn't do what we do every day. We have a big event coming up, May 16th. I'd like to invite all of you to come join us. It's our 50th anniversary celebration at the Moore County Senior Center. The program begins at 1, and there'll be all kinds of festivities and activities to follow. Hope to see you there.
Awesome. Thank you, Joan. You've really driven that place forward, so I appreciate your efforts there at the Senior Center. And here's a proclamation for you.
Oh.
Thank you again. Moving on to the consent agenda, looking for a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under bid openings and awards, we have item number 5 is a resolution receiving bids for wastewater treatment plant levy. Stephen?
Yes, last week we opened up bids for this project down at the wastewater treatment plant. This is phase 1 of a 2-phase project for protecting the wastewater treatment plant from flooding. All the current levees located at the treatment plant were built kind of during those emergency times during a flood. So they were built with whatever material was available. And now that we're making such a large investment in our wastewater treatment plant, we want to make sure that it's protected to a level as other areas are in the community. So this project will involve some earthen levee. It'll involve some sheet pile wall, a new sanitary sewer force main crossing of the Cedar River. Our trunk main, our gravity trunk main, one of 3 sewers that enter the wastewater treatment plant is a 42-inch. It's a brick structure constructed probably 100 years ago at about 1925. So we'll be replacing a section of that goes underneath the levee because we don't want that to collapse on us sometime down the road. And then there'll be a couple outfall structures and some pump replacement as well. So with that, Yulin Brothers was the low bidder. Their base bid was $7,378,129.60. Alternates 1 and 2 dealt with that river crossing. Alternate 1 was to open cut the river, kind of divert the river to one half, dig one side, move the river back to the other side, dig the other half. That's alternate 1. And alternate 2 was to use a similar type of Ackerman type tunnel boring equipment that we used on the siphon project here last year. You can see alternate 2 came in considerably higher, so our recommendation is to award the base bid and alternate number 1 to Yulin Brothers in a total amount $7,885,568.23. We'll use state grant dollars for a portion of the cost, local option sales tax, and also industrial sewer user fee, and I have that broken down in the table there at the bottom of the memo. So with that, turn it over to council if you have any questions.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Lane. Council, any questions on this item?
How long a project is this at $7 million?
Good question. So because of the other work going on at the treatment plant, we're going to start a portion of this in the fall, likely early August, and carry through October. And then it will start up again in the summer of 2026, and a bulk of the work will occur in the summer of 26. We may see some work happening through the winter, like that river crossing. Contractor may choose to do that when river levels are low. So again, fall, some work may be carrying into winter, but then a big chunk of it in the summer of 26.
And local option sales tax sunsets in somewhere in 2027.
March 31st of 2027 is the last collection we can make.
We got a reserve, we stocked.
Spend it if we don't cut it off early, that stays in the fund until
Okay.
the projects are completed.
Excellent. Thank you. Council, any other questions for this? Otherwise, I entertain a resolution.
Move to approve.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under petitions and requests, we have item number 6, a resolution approving funding request for the Right Here, Right Now podcast. Craig?
Thank you, Mayor and members. This came forward. Mayor requested it, take a look at it to increase our communications a little bit. John Wright has a podcast. He's proposing to provide 26 different alternatives on a weekly basis, one a week, at a cost of $60 a piece. Price is $1,560. There was some request about how much utilization it gets. I provided that to council. Otherwise, be happy to answer any other questions.
Very good. Thank you, Craig. Council, any questions for item number 6?
No, I enjoy listening to it. I've heard Joan on it. I think it's a good idea. Motion to approve.
Second.
Very good. I'm glad it's endorsed by Joan. Thank you. We got a motion and a second. Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 7 is a resolution approving an off-sale liquor license application to Austin Highway Liquor LLC, doing business as Austin Highway Liquor. Tom?
As noted, the clerk's office has received an application for that off-sale hard liquor license at 3011 West Oakland Avenue. It's a new license request. City does have a 10 limit on off-sale liquor license, 7 of which are currently issued, so this fits within that. And again, the clerk said they've received all the documents they need for issuing the approval, so they'd request approval by council.
Very good. Thank you, Tom. Council, any questions? Looking for resolution.
So move.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 8 is a resolution approving an off-site gambling application for the American Legion Post 91. Tom?
American Legion would like to sell or have a gambling license for the Moore County Fair from August 5th to the 10th of 2025, and we'd request council approval for such.
Very good. Thanks, Tom. Any questions on this, council? Otherwise, look for a resolution.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 9 is a resolution affirming participation in the Office of the State Auditor's Voluntary 2025 Performance Measurements Program. Tom?
This is an annual item the state has funded for several years, where if we do a performance or a evaluation or a survey, we are eligible for around $4,000 of additional local government aid. We usually only get a couple hundred respondents to the survey, but again, it's worth our time to get the extra $4,000 of state aid to put into the general fund operations. With that, we'd request council approval to do that again this year.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 10, we are accepting a gift from the Mayor for Life, Bonnie Reitz, $100 on behalf of Gretchen Bolt for the 2025 Flower Program.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 11 is motion granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following location. 11A, the address 503 8th Avenue Southeast, the Wakefield property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, the summary of our closed meeting. I will read that. Pull it up. Well, I had it here. Here we go. Doggone it.
So much for a quick meeting.
I know. I just had it on my phone, and I guess my phone's in my truck. And I had it up here. I'll get it. Here it is. All right. Summary of closed meeting held April 21, 2025. The City Council held a closed meeting on April 21, 2025 with the purpose of evaluating the performance of City Administrator Craig Clark. All members of the council and I were present. Craig Clark was present at the start of the closed meeting to provide him an opportunity to update the council on his work and efforts and answer questions, if any. Other than that, only the city attorney, Craig Byram, was present. The council expressed a generalized appreciation and recognition of Mr. Clark's skill and knowledge in the many areas, including economic development, housing, and working with federal, state, and local agencies and partners to achieve outcomes that benefit the people of Austin. The council expressed a generalized recognition of the efforts Mr. Clark has made over the past year to improve areas identified in his last employee evaluation and his clear commitment to the employee engagement process and unquestioned dedication to the people of the city of Austin. The council also provided constructive feedback and continued improvement in Mr. Clark's communication is necessary in the city's effort to create alignment of all department heads in a culture of trust and shared vision. On this point, it was noted that there was a stark division between those department heads who experience a positive working relationship and those who experience a difficult working relationship with Mr. Clark. The council hopes that with continued efforts to improve communication, all department leaders will be aligned with a common vision. The mayor, Councilmember Helly, and Councilmember Baskin have met with Mr. Clark and have discussed with Mr. Clark the council's suggestions in this regard, including efforts to improve active listening and building or repairing relationships with all members of the leadership team. In order to make council feedback less ad hoc and to better align council strategy with best practices of regular, proactive, appreciative, and constructive feedback, this same group intends to meet with Mr. Clark in July 2025 to share bilateral feedback on efforts to improve this alignment. The council intends to review the matter on or about October 20th, 2025. With that, we are on to citizens addressing council. Is anyone in the audience wishing to speak to the council of items that weren't on the agenda? Hearing none. Craig, City Administrator report.
Thank you, Mayor, members. The Third Ward Council vacancy applications are due by May 13th at 5 p.m. As far as the special meeting that we've talked about on the week of May 26th, you should expect a doodle poll to be sent out, and please respond to that so that we can get that scheduled. Otherwise, Stephen Lang has an item.
Stephen?
Just wanted to provide an update regarding the Oakland Avenue First Avenue project. So we got approval last week from the state to go ahead and start advertising our project. Our bid opening to solicit bids is on May 29th, and then we will review those bids, submit our low bidder information back up to the state again for another review to make sure that all of the paperwork is in place before we are authorized to award the project. So our hope is that we are awarding it at the second council meeting in June, if we can get it turned around by MnDOT within a couple weeks. And then hopefully a quick turnaround for an early July start date. This is about a month and a half or so behind our original planned start date. Any normal year, I'd be freaking out about it. But because it's a 3-year project, what we'll do is we'll just adjust year 2 and year 3. We'll likely get maybe 5. It's a 25 block project, so it was planned for about 8 blocks a year. We'll likely shorten up year 1 to maybe 5 blocks, like from the 4th Street back to Main or the fire station, and then pick up those extra blocks in year 2 and year 3 when we're not restricted from a start date, and we'll be able to start in early May on those 2nd and 3rd years. So I feel comfortable with where we're at based on the 3-year schedule. It does impact kind of what we've told everyone, but when we get the contractor under contract, we'll work with them on what is a realistic schedule for 2025, and then we'll revisit that with all the impacted properties, and we'll adjust everything accordingly. So that's the update for now. We'll know more once it's bid and we have that contractor under contract.
Very good.
Thank
Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate the update. Anyone else? Department head? On to the city council. Paul, anything?
I've got nothing, Your Honor.
I think Mr. Dankert.
Oh, dangerous dog. Special hearing, March 12th? I'm sorry, May 12th?
May 12th, 3:30 to 4:30 is been
Just a few months shy. May 12th. May 12th, 3:30. Put that in your calendar if you haven't already done. So that was doodle poll as well. Thank you, Tom. Paul?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Laura?
It's that time of year where lots of events are coming up and we're doing them outdoors because we can. So there will be an Arbor Day celebration at the Nature Center this coming Saturday, May 10th from 10 to 1 p.m. I want to especially highlight that the Austin High School Go Green Club has elected to fund a tree giveaway at that event. Like lots of folks around Austin, they're seeing ash trees coming down and they want to be part of the solution to get us back with tons of trees in our city and hopefully a little bit more genetic variety instead of all the same species. Secondly, Taste of Nations will take place on Saturday, May 17th at the Bandshell Park. The Parenting Resource Center puts that on every year, and you can find out more on their website. Of note, this will be the first year that the Bandshell stage is accessible to all kinds of people who might move in wheelchairs or in other ways. So it had been a stair access only, and we were able to complete ADA improvements at that park last summer. So I'm excited to go see that in action. And then 4th Avenue Fest will be at Horace Austin Park between the library and the pool on Wednesday, June 4th. So put that on your calendar as well. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Jeff?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Well, Steve?
Discover Austin has got a cool program right now where they have some local playing cards. Every single card in the deck is a different Austin landmark. Those are for sale for $10. You can swing into Discover Austin and check those out. Also been working on a special project for our flower baskets downtown, the big pots, and so you'll see some cool designs that kind of lean toward our food city heritage real soon. So keep an eye out for flowers and decorations downtown.
Awesome. Thanks, Posty. Jason?
Building on that, Port Authority met last week. So John Gary from Impact Austin came and presented work that's being done on the comp plan. Obviously, that impacts the city, it impacts the county, also impacts the Port Authority as we talk about, continued opportunities to, enhance downtown and really, economically develop Austin. So exciting to see kind of the vision for where we're going with that, and a lot of enthusiastic support. And then we're continuing to make progress against our strategic roadmap to enhance economic development and expand our tax base. So a lot of good work by Craig and the team. And finally, we're going to talk audit report in our work session here in a second, but Port Authority audit report came back clean. So Tom, thank you very much to you and your staff for the outstanding work, and Craig, you and your staff from CLA to keep us honest. So
Excellent. Thanks, Jason. Becky?
Nothing, Your Honor.
I'd just like to add that I want to share my appreciation with Departments Stephen Lang and Jason Sehan with that wall. That the combination of your departments did a beautiful job. If you haven't seen it, it's got the printed concrete and I think the sidewalk's going in tomorrow, I believe, but did amazing work, and I'm sure that saved the city a ton of money, and it just looks awesome. So thank you to the cooperative effort there. Oh, thanks, Trish. Also, timing is important. Thank you, Trish. The May anniversaries for the city staff. Jeff McCormick has like 100 years with the PD. He was hired on May 6, 96, actually has 29 years. Marie Ree with the fire department, 23 years. Tim Olson, fire, 18 years. Neil Gergen, 13 years with the street and central garage. And Patty Hamilton, park rec and forestry, 12 years. Aaron Yanger, police, 10 years. Kurt Schmidt, sewer maintenance, 8 years. And Dan Vukic, I think. Wastewater treatment plant, 6 years. Thank you to those folks. We always appreciate the longevity and the work that these city employees do. And again, I just highlighted one project that they collaborated on, so we love that too. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn into a 5-minute break for our work session.
So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.